This is Masha back from Pyjama Bosses TV, and in this episode we talk about whether you are proposing to your prospects too soon and therefore they're scared running away from you as far as they can. Also, we're going to talk about whether network marketing really equals sales or does it, and also how you can double your recruiting rates and how you can double your duplication. So let's get into it. Hey guys, it's Masha here, back with you, and in this Pyjama Bosses TV episode, I'm really excited to talk about what we are really selling in network marketing. Over the weekend, I had a chance to work with some really outstanding leaders. Miguel and I got to be guest speakers at their event, and we were talking about the process of prospecting. In a moment, we're actually going to go through this process, and we're going to talk about exactly how you can double your recruiting rates and also double your duplication. So if you're watching this episode and you're just recently starting in network marketing, perhaps this is even your first company, your first opportunity, this episode is going to be hugely transformational for you. But also, if you're an experienced leader, if you're earning $10,000 or more, this episode potentially is going to really change the way you're thinking about recruiting and how you can teach your team to double their results. So let's have a look. First of all, one of the main reasons that I want to talk about that actually we don't successfully recruit, that we don't successfully get new customers and new team members, it's actually because we are proposing way too soon. What does that mean, right? Are we getting married here? Not really, but in the process of prospecting and recruiting, we're always creating that relationship with the prospect. And what I know from both my personal experience and coaching literally thousands of network marketers over the last 13 years or so is that one of the main things that trips us up and gets us to not have such amazing results is we get too eager and we actually expose the product, the opportunity, the company too soon. So today I want to talk a little bit about how you can reverse that, how you can really think about your prospecting process so that you can have more success. Sounds good? So first question that I want to answer is network marketing really sales or is it not sales? So for a long time, Miguel and I have always been teaching that network marketing is really not sales in the traditional sense of the word, in the sense that, by sponsoring one person, by selling package to a customer, this is really not the end result. In the sense that what we are really aiming at is building distribution networks of the products or services that your company is distributing. And so it's really important to understand that in that sense of the world, network marketing is not sales, okay? And that's why a lot of salespeople who are getting into network marketing for the very first time are sometimes not getting the instant results that they're hoping for. So you have to think about it more about relationship marketing and really building the trust, and also about the long-term goal really being the duplication and building that network of distribution. However, today I want to talk about network marketing really being a very, very much of a sales job. In the sense that if you really know what you're selling at every step of the prospecting process, you're going to be extremely successful in creating lots of new customers, lots of new team members. So let's have a look at what I'm trying to say. You see, in a prospecting process, recruiting process, you have certain steps that you cannot ignore. And you have to understand these are separate steps. And the core idea that I want to get through to you today is that if you can focus on going from one step to the other, rather than going too fast and skipping through and going right for the sale, right for the package sale, right for sponsoring someone, then you're going to have a lot more results. So in a sense, don't propose to your prospect too quickly. If you don't know them very well, don't ask them to marry you yet, right? So what we're going to first talk about is the different steps in the prospecting process. The first one is when we create a relationship, okay? So this is relationship creation, right? So in this step, what we're trying to do is create trust, right? And respect from our prospect, so that later we can introduce them to a concept of a brand new product, that we can refer them to a service or even an opportunity. So that is the first step in the process. The second step in the process, once we have created a relationship, and the outcome of this process is actually to have a reason why this person may potentially buy our products or services or join the business. So you need to understand their dream or potentially a pain that they have, which could be the potential main reason why they would be buying your products and services and joining the business. Does that make sense? Now, the second step in this process, once you have identified the pain or the dream and gained trust and respect, is what? Is actually inviting somebody, invitation, right? Invitation. This is where we invite our prospect to have a look at our information. Typically, this is now, of course, an online website where you can have a video tool that you're pointing to. So, this is a video tool that they're going to watch, right? So this is the very second step. You're going to invite them. And what I really want to emphasize here is that you're going to have 100 times more results, if not more, if you're going to be using this step in an actual voice conversation, whether that's face-to-face or on a voice call, whether that's a Facebook voice call or just a traditional phone call, that's okay. So if you can do that with a voice call or face-to-face, this is going to be 100 times more effective. Can we make a deal that from now on, you're going to be doing this step literally by picking up the phone and talking to people, and you're not going to do it before you're going to create a solid relationship, trust and respect, identify the dream or pain? Can we make a deal? Because I really believe you need to understand how important this is. Now, let's get to the third step, and then we'll see how we all relate. The next step here, the third step, is the follow-up. The follow-up step. And I do believe the most successful way to follow up is on a 3-way video call. Okay? 3-way video call, whether that's on Facebook, on, there's so many other ones, Zoom and so many other ones. And the reason you want to do that is because here you can actually showcase the process of that you have actually taken the prospect through. So you can showcase the process and therefore get an inception, my spelling, right? You can showcase the process that the prospect has gone through up to this point, and therefore you can create this breakthrough in the prospect's mind that this they can do as well, that it's simple enough they can actually start repeating it today. And the last step, guess what is the very last step here? The last step is getting somebody started, right? Getting started and duplicate. And typically we say that you can easily create one person duplicating themselves within the first 24 hours in the business. So getting one new customer, getting one new team member in the first 24 hours. So these are the 4 steps of recruiting and prospecting. And if you really understand that each step in prospecting and recruiting is separate, then potentially you're not going to be actually selling the last step in the first step. So the major idea that I want to get across from you is that, yes, network marketing is sales in a sense, and what we do is we are always selling something. When we first get to know the prospect, come in contact with them, we're going to be selling the trust and respect. The next thing that we're going to be selling, once we identify the dream or pain, we're going to be selling the phone call, okay? All we're selling at this point is getting them to commit to a 2-minute phone call so that we can invite them to watch the video. Once we have done that, on the same phone call, guess what? We're going to be selling a follow-up 3-way phone call. So that's all you're doing. You're just selling the next step. Does that make sense? You're getting a commitment from your prospect to watch the video and get on a follow-up call. You're not asking them to actually buy your product. You're not asking them whether they have, a certain pain or something that you can fix with your product. Not yet. And then on the 3-way follow-up, as they sign up in your business, now you're selling them the fact that, guess what, this is also a business opportunity and that they should immediately start taking action. So if you look at, prospecting and recruiting in this step-by-step process, when you're on Facebook just first getting in touch with people, you're probably not going to be selling the second step, which is, hey, do you want to lose weight? Oh, you commented on my Facebook post and you said that you want to lose weight, and should I just send you a link? This is not what you're selling. You still have to go through the very first stage of building the trust and respect. Does that make sense? So pay close attention to these steps and make sure that in each of these steps of the process, you're only selling the next step of the process. The final place where you're actually, selling, if you want to call it, a package of your products and services for someone to sign up in your business or as a customer, is this step 3, but this is not the final step of the sales. Somebody only starts their business in this 4th step when they're getting started, when they're taking action, which is why, in this first hour, when somebody puts down their credit card and actually joins your business, the person who is their sponsor should be working with them in picking up the phone 3 times and actually doing this process. So it's really very essential that you understand that duplication will not happen unless you go through these 4 steps, step by step, only selling the next step. So don't go too fast. Don't ask your prospects to marry you when you haven't even gone on a first date. And so if you're ever in doubt, do slow down so you can speed up in the long term. Does that make sense? If you're a leader and what you're seeing is, your team is so excited, your team is so hardworking, they're out there on Facebook, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, they're prospecting, they're trying to recruit, but they're not having as much results as you would like them to have, then I want you to explain this process to them. I want you to explain to them how important it is to stop at this phase of building trust and respect, so that they can identify or uncover their dream or pain point. Only once you have that ammunition can you get forward to the invitation part. Does that make sense? So I hope this really helped you. Whether you're a leader or you're just starting network marketing, this is going to be extremely important for your success and your duplication to happen. Now, if you're a leader who's really serious about their business and want to create a 6-figure or 7-figure annual income in network marketing, then please look at the link down below and look at the specific training where we teach you how to 10x your network marketing business through building a system and maximizing your duplication. In the meantime, I'm really excited to share more on the next episode of Pyjama Bosses TV.